to the channel. Today's Wednesday, November 13th. So the post office is open today. So we are going to go over here and mail off a couple of items. I sold a Burt's Bees chapstick, locked, and a contact lens case. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. I decided not to film anything this weekend. The honey was feeling a little neglected since I spend the majority of my time on a computer when I am here, because I be trying to make them coins, child, and just do a whole bunch of stuff. So he wanted to just hang out this weekend, even if we didn't go anywhere. So I had to honor that, because it is not often that my husband says, oh shoot, is this stuck together? It's not often that the honey comes to me and says, man, can we, spend a little time together? I need my friend. You know what I'm saying? Because we are good friends. We were friends before we started dating. We've been together since 2007, and it is 2019. So yeah, we've been together for a long time, and it's very rare that he, says that. So I had to honor that. So I put my phone down this weekend. I tried my best not to get on any social media. Of course, when he left the room or something like that, I did kind of jump on there a little bit, watched a couple of YouTube videos. But when he was around, he had my undivided attention. So this weekend, we just hung out. We didn't really go anywhere, but we just spent some time together. You know what I'm saying? Had some really good conversations. Just had to make sure I was putting the right packing slip in here. Had really deep conversations. Just talked, vibed. You know what I'm saying? Just do what we normally do. Because we get along really well. We're both silly, so so it was fun. I enjoyed my weekend. Olivia was out of town this weekend, so she was doing her thing, so we did our thing. But anyway, I did go to the store on Sunday. I did go to the store Sunday to get some more stuff from my pantry, so I'll show you guys that in a minute here. And what else did I do? Oh, let me give y'all this update real quick, because I was giving my undivided attention to the honey. I did not have a chance to come on here and give you guys an update as far as the Sitel. You guys know I posted a video probably about 4 or 5 days ago or something like that about Sitel, a work from home inbound call center company. And at the time, I hadn't heard by the time I posted the video, I hadn't heard a response from them. But a little bit right after I posted the video, I checked my email, and there was a response for an invitation to an invitation to an interview. So, and it was scheduled for the next day, okay? And so they basically call you. It's like an over-the-phone interview, and it took me about, I don't know if the same person does every interview, but the lady that I had, she was really sweet. She was straightforward to the point with everything. Asked me a bunch of general questions, asked me questions that were related to the actual job that you'll be doing. So like customer service, being able to maneuver through different softwares, programs, systems, or whatever. And then she asked me to give her, she, of course, other general questions like about background noise, if you had 2 monitors, because you have to have 2 monitors to do this. And dang, hold on, y'all, I ran out of paper in my printer. But yeah, so she just asked me about the 2 monitors, and basically every question regarding the job, or the position rather, I was able to answer yes to, because that's what I do already anyways with Arise. You know what I'm saying? So I already have my equipment, I already have my headset and all that kind of jazz, my landline phone, internet, so she was asking me those types of questions. Then she wanted me to give her a scenario as far as what I felt like customer service was, because she was like, well, I'm sorry y'all for the background noise, but I'm printing out some shipping labels. But she wanted me to give her a scenario on what I felt like customer service was, or a time where I provided customer service, which was easy because, like I said, I already do customer service sales, technically sales, but there is some customer service that comes with it. Let's just keep it all the way real. I do that regularly anyway, so that part was like nothing to me. So then we moved on from that, and then we did like a role play. So basically, she had given me this website to go to, and she told me that she was going to be the customer, I was going to be the agent, and this is why she's going to be calling, and I am to assist her. Cool. No problem. So I treated that role play just like any other call that I get when I'm working. I just treated it like that. So that worked out. She was really happy about that. Even though, the website that she put me on or wanted me to go to, I had never been on it before. So it did, of course, take me a couple of seconds or so to kind of figure out and maneuver and look at it and try to answer the questions that she was asking me. So, but it worked out though. You know what I mean? It worked out. And so she was really happy about that, and she was excited because she was like, I finally found a good candidate, and I want to go ahead and push you over to the second interview. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, and she's telling me about the hours and stuff, and they're basically looking for people who can work part-time. I mean, not part-time, who can work at night. Their hours are from like 2 to 12 or something like that, 2 p.m. to 12. And then I forget what the hours were on the weekend, but they're basically looking for somebody who can work at night and on the weekend. So, and it's an employee position. So there are benefits and stuff that come with it. She was letting me know that after your first, I think, 60 days as an employee, which you automatically are considered an employee once you start your first day of training. So she did let me know that. So when you start your training, you are considered right then an employee. So you do get paid for training. Okay. How long is the training? I don't even think she mentioned it, but I think they were going to tell me all of that information during the second interview, which I did not make, but we're going to get to that in a second. So after we do all that, she schedules me for a second interview, and she's telling me what to expect, basically. So in this second interview, this is where you are going to be talking to somebody from the company, and they're basically going to be briefing you just like any other job would, telling you about what's required, their pay, the benefits, all that type of stuff when you go on just a regular schmegular interview. They tell you about the company, what they expect, what you'll be doing, what they have to offer, that type of stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then, oh yeah, in the second interview, that's where you also do a second PC scan. So you do one initially when you first are applying. I don't remember. I'm trying to think back. Did it tell me if I even passed the PC scan or not? I don't think your results. Yeah. I didn't get a result for the PC scan portion of it. But I did get a result for the assessment test as far as competencies and personality questions. You guys, I remember I told y'all about that, which was a doozy. That thing was kind of crazy. Had me feeling like I needed to go back to school or something. But yeah, so the second interview is going to consist of a second PC scan check, and then they do your background check. So the background check, they pay for the background check, they pay for the drug test, and they want you to do it in like 2 days or something. I don't know, after your second interview. So here's the important part that I wanted to share with you guys. The whole reason why I'm telling you all this, because this part I did not know when I was actually filling out the application. I found this part out as she was interviewing me during the first interview. Because, again, I didn't make it to the second interview. But, I'll go back to why. Well, this is part of the reason. So, okay, let's talk about that. So, one of the things that turned me off about Sitel, only because of the personal goals that I have, to each his own. But for the personal goals that I had, the one thing that turned me off was a non-compete clause. So basically what that means is you cannot work for any other company that they consider competition. And she straight up told me that Arise is a competing company for them. So after she said that, my heart kind of dropped a little bit, because I'm like, oh, well, dang, I was trying to do both, because I didn't think it would be a conflict of interest, being that Arise is an independent contracting job and Sitel is hiring under the employee format, So I didn't see nothing wrong with it at the time I was applying. I didn't even think nothing of it, to be honest with you. But when she said that, my heart kind of dropped, because I was like, well, dang, I could either work for one or the other, but I'm trying to do both. So when you first apply, it does ask you, your former employer or employee, your work history, okay? And so she already knew that I was an Arise agent before I even got the interview. And she did mention that. She told me that I was an Arise agent. So I already knew she had that information, right? So she asked me if I was willing to give up Arise in order to work for them. And I told her, yeah, because I wanted to see what else she was about to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm just be honest with y'all. I said yeah to see what else she was going to say. So when she kept going and she was like, well, there are competitors, and, if you get hired on with us, are you comfortable with putting in a resignation with the Rise? And again, I said yeah, because I wanted to see where she was going with it. And so she didn't say anything after that. We just continued on with the interview. So that question happened like early in the interview. But yeah, so you can't work for another call center company that they consider competition. And Arise is on their list for competitors. So I didn't make it to the interview. That was one of the reasons I didn't make it to the interview, because I was sitting here thinking about it, and I was like, well, dang, I'm not even guaranteed the job, but y'all want me to... The way I perceived it was like, yeah, you're applying and you may get this job. Are you willing to give up your other job? And it was almost kind of like, I don't know. I felt like, well, dang, I don't even know if I'm going to get the job or not yet. You know what I'm saying? We're just at the first interview. So it'd be kind of crazy for me to go to my IBO and be like, hey, girl, I'm about to start this other job. I got hired on. I don't know when I'm going to start, though, but I need for you to cancel my SOW. And then what happens is, once I've done that, then they come back and say, well, you got the job. But then it ends up, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too deep into it. But that was one of the reasons that I did not go to the interview. Because I was like, well, dang, I'm trying to find a company where I can do Arise and something else. You know what I mean? Yeah, granted, it did come with benefits and all that, and full-time work and all that kind of... Well, it's like, yeah, it's part-time and full-time. Only full-time employees get the benefits. That was the other thing too. I don't even know if I would necessarily be considered a part-time employee or a full-time employee, because she was like, full-time employees, they're offered benefits and they're allowed to enroll in those benefits in like 60 days after you work or whatever. So I don't know, y'all. I had to weigh my options with that, and then I guess I got a sign from that as well, because I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, like, man, I'm like, dang, I'm trying to at least I might not be making a whole lot of hours now, But I know it's not going to be like this forever. You know what I'm saying? Every call center has its slow moments. So I know it's not going to be like this forever. But dang, do I really want to, you know, give up what I've already been doing for the last 3 years before I even know what the outcome is going to be with this other thing, you know? Because nothing's guaranteed. So, you know, I'm pretty sure she's probably said that very same thing to a lot of other applicants. You know, I'm not crazy. But anyway, so yeah, that's what happened with that. And then the other reason why I didn't make it to the interview was because some intervals had come up, and I ended up having to work around the time that she had me scheduled for the second interview anyways. And so at that point, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to miss work for an interview for a job that I don't have yet. I would rather reschedule or reapply at a later date and hope it works out then. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Probably reapply later on. Maybe, I don't know, or maybe not, because I'm trying to do more than one thing at the same time to compensate for the other, vice versa, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so that's what happened with that. Nothing. But yeah, but the lady was really nice. But yeah, I did want to share that with you guys. If you guys are looking into Sitel, but you already work for a work from home call center, virtual call center, contracting job, even if it's an employee job, just know that Sitel has a non-compete disclosure, or clause, a non-compete clause. So you're not going to be able to do both.